Hey, I'm back. It's me from the future. Um, Basically, I've had a stressful freaking week. So here's this is basically me about a month after recording this video. So I don't have a haircut in this video. I don't have really anything. In fact, this is the first time of me showing myself with the haircut. But there's an issue with this video. There's not one issue, but two. I already made a disclaimer literally a month ago about this video when I first saw it and recorded it. Um, Basically, what happened was, and I'm gonna record this disclaimer because I want it all to be in one like one full on disclaimer. So this is gonna be what you see at the beginning of the video, which is what you're gonna see right now. I don't know why I'm saying this because you're watching me talk about this and how it's gonna go anyway, even though you already know what's happening. So basically, in this video, we have some technical difficulties. And when I say technical difficulties, it's not the video that's broken itself. It's the fact that I didn't record it right. Now, when I recorded this video, it was the first ever video or Doki Doki video that I recorded with the new monitor. Now, with the new monitor, I wanted to see what it would look like when it was full screen. And it looks great when it's full screen. And the OBS bugged out. The freaking software decided to, like, when it was in full screen, it was set to the title screen. And basically, the title screen is all you're going to see for the first 8 minutes and 40 seconds of this video. All you are going to see is a title screen. You're going to see my face just fine, talking and everything, and reading through, making decisions. You're going to see my mouse, too. But the actual freaking gameplay itself, you are not going to see because it's stuck on the title screen for a solid 8.5 minutes. I hate it. I really, really hate it. But hopefully I don't make the same mistake next video. I don't know. I haven't watched that video back yet. It's been a month now. But I looked back at it, and not only did the freaking video stop, but I also found out that I didn't record the game sound. When I sync up my videos, what I do is I turn down the entirety of my desktop audio in OBS so that I can clearly tell out the clap from the rest of the audio. So basically, in behind the scenes, I basically lay back like this, and then I clap. When I clap through OBS and Audacity at the same time, it records the clap on both of them. And then after that clap, I mute my mic, and then I go forward with the video. There was a little bit of a little demo of that when I accidentally exposed myself in the first episode of Sonic Adventure, which I'm leaving up because I went through a lot this week to have to take it back down and re-upload it. But in Sonic DX, I basically forgot to edit out the entirety of me doing my little sync up. So whatever, I don't care. But the main idea of this is that Doki Doki is broken. This video is completely broken. But I'm still going to upload it because it's something that I don't feel like re-recording, especially when it's been an hour. I did this for a normal VN and I hated it. I don't want to have to do that again. So for this video and this video only, as far as I'm aware, you guys are going to have to bear with me for the first 8 minutes where all you're looking at is just a title screen. I'm less worried about the music because the music isn't the important part, but the actual video and like the fact that all you're going to be looking at is a freaking picture of the title screen with me talking over a title screen, I hate it. But I don't want to go through the effort of like re-recording everything. I think it'd just be too much work. And as far as I'm aware, I think I'm going to make a promise that I'm not going to make that same mistake again. At least not with this series. I really hated that. Full screen was a bad idea. It looked great, but I didn't know it was going to do that. I'm just really lucky that I actually decided, let's get out of full screen. During the video, I went out of full screen because I didn't really like how the game was kind of a little bit laggy. So I went out of full screen, and that's when it fixed itself. That's when the freaking game actually was fixed, and you can see what's going on again. But when it was in full screen mode, you couldn't see that. And I apologize for it. I really do apologize for that. But it could have been worse. So, without, wasting any more of your time, it's been 5 minutes and you guys haven't even seen the real video yet, I'm going to send you on your merry way. So, guys, enjoy the video. What's up, guys? It's Devin of That Child Gamer. Welcome back to another Doki Doki New Eyes video. We left off, I can't remember. It's actually been a few days since I've played the game. I mean, I don't want to say that it's not the same for you guys because I'm not actually uploading these like right in order. Like, I may or may not. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Literally, as I'm recording this, only episode 1 is out right now, and I'm currently working on editing episode 2. So it's like, we'll figure things out. Basically, let's see. If I load the game, I might be able to remember. I think I want to say this is the day after Natsuki were fighting. I think so because I remember them saying they liked their poem. I don't remember exactly what happened right before you ended off the video though. I'm the kind of person that doesn't look at the actual thingies, so I don't actually know what actually happened. I'm using my mouse again today because I feel like it. Also, this is the first ever video that I'm recording with the new monitor I got. I bought a new monitor, and it's a full HD 1080p monitor. It's beautiful. I got it for good cheap money. It's brand new, and I love it. I really do. And I'm trying out, because this is a new monitor, my webcam's maybe a little bit higher, and I apologize for that. If like my mouth cuts off every so often or something like that. But we are in full screen now. I decided to go full screen because I think it looks better that way. And because of that, I can't see my face. So I have no idea where my face is on the camera right now. So I can't really fix it. I also have my phone here to check the time, so I don't have a problem with knowing how long I'm recording for. But I just can't see, my face and stuff like that. So if by any chance the frame rate drops and stuff, I don't notice it. So I do apologize if that does happen at some point in this video. I don't think it's going to, but if it does, I do apologize. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the game. As Monica closes the door, she signs me to go up to the stairs. What is she trying to do? What's the matter, Monica? What do you need help with? Haha, I don't really need help. I just feel like talking for a bit. My game is so loud. I gotta turn down the music volume just a tad bit. There we go. So now it's not bursting on my eardrums. I hope you guys can still hear that because the music's so good. I just feel like talking for a bit. I think I know where this is going. So that's why she wanted to exit the room to talk. Alright then. The only difference I see so far with the actual gameplay is that, like, it's a little more choppy when they come into the room and stuff. Which is fine, I guess, because I'm not, like, it's not a big deal, but, whatever. We both climb up the stairs to the rooftop. There's a cool breeze on the roof. I haven't been up here in ages. Monica closes the door and rests against one of the fences. Why are the students allowed to go up to the roof of the school? That makes no sense to me. So, I think we can both agree that Natsuki's different today, right? I think it's safe to assume that, yes? Oh, is this like the second day where she's been shared the poem and she's starting to kind of fall in love with Devin? Any idea what could have caused it? Well, as I said, it could be because of me and how I invited her to my home yesterday, or it could be about Devin. I'd never seen her act this way before. It's quite troubling. Well, I just wanted to ask you to try to understand. I'm not saying you should pester her to tell you what's wrong. I certainly don't want you to get information from me. But as a club president, it's my duty to make sure that every member is at ease. Was she already nervous when she saw you today, or when you saw her today? Indeed. She was, well, a little distant. I don't know if I should bring up the talk that we had while she was in the bathroom. It may be a little personal, but Monica obviously wants Natsuki to feel better. I'm gonna just quickly check my webcam real quick. I think it's good. I think we're all set. I just don't want it to, like, be recording, like, half of my face. Okay, so we have the option to either tell her about it or don't betray Natsuki. I'm gonna don't betray Natsuki, because I'm not a bad person. I keep secrets. No, Natsuki trusts me. She wouldn't want me to tell Monica about everything. Other than that, I haven't really noticed anything. Oh, is that so? Alright then. And how are you doing yourself? With all the drama we've been having lately, we haven't had the time to talk about our own lives. Myself? Well, pretty okay. My arm itches a little bit. This can't be considered as bad. Actually, my life is a little better. My ethical sense has been greatly impacted, but that's alright. Are you really sure? I mean, you look tired, and you've gone from the club almost all afternoon. You've been gone. Haha, well, to be completely honest, I don't really remember what happened this afternoon. I fell asleep at some point. But as I said, I'm fine. I've been a little bothered by what happened yesterday with Natsuki, of course, but I'm hoping everything will be back to normal between us. Everything will be back to normal, I'm sure of it. You can't let one person separate the two of you, right? Once everything will be clear between Devin and she, it'll be fine. She pats me on the shoulder. I have no idea what that means, but something tells me that because it's Monica, it's not as clear as you think it is. Who wouldn't want to be your friend? I have a few names in mind. That's funny. Don't be ridiculous. I don't want any negativity. All right. All right? Well, all right if you want. Sorry, I can't read properly. I don't really mind. It's impossible to please everyone, so I'm just me. As embarrassing as it is, I can't change it. Monica and I stand there for a few minutes, looking at the surroundings, breathing in the fresh air. After a moment, I hear the fence move a little. I turn around and see Monica waiting for me. We should get going, you know. Natsuki's going to start wondering where we are. Haha, that's right, let's go. We both exit the rooftop. Monica stays behind to make sure the door is closed. A bit of unnecessary concern, but oh well. It feels good to be back inside. I think I might actually go out of full screen, just because even the text is choppy. I think I'm going to go out of full screen. Hopefully you guys will see that soon, right? Yes, there we go. Perfect! Okay, so there's that. We'll go ahead and continue. It was getting a little cold out. Monica's humming behind me. She's been in an awfully good mood today. It feels off. The recitation most likely altered my vision of things for today, though. I shouldn't trust myself. As soon as Natsuki sees us enter the room, she closes the closet door and walks towards us. You two sure took your time. What did you need help with anyway, Monica? Oh, She looks at me. I sense a cry for help. Oh, see, now I remember. Monica last episode asked us to go out to help her with something, but I guess it turned out it just wasn't help, it was just a talk. We had to go check up on the third floor since Sayori got some stuff there. I see. You still took your time, though. What? Did you miss us? Of course. Well, I mean, it's more about the fact that I can't leave the club room if you don't close it, Monica. So I was kind of trapped in here. Honorable motive, indeed. Since you asked so nicely, I'll let you out. Why, thank you, Prez. Prez? Wow, that's some slang if I've seen any. I'll get going. I'll see you two tomorrow. Before Natsuki leaves the room, I call her. Wait. Do you mind if I walk home with you? I promise things won't end up like yesterday. Is she really hesitating? I guess we can, yeah. I sigh. I'm going to ask her what's wrong. She's acting more and more distant. I don't like this. We'll both get going then. Monica, want to come with us? Oh, no, it's fine. I still have a few things to finish here, so I'll stay in the club room a little bit longer. Go breathe some fresh air, you two. Alright, see you later, Monica. Later. Natsuki hates us. Before exiting the room, I glance at Monica one more time. She winks at me. See, she presumably wants me to support Natsuki. I'll do my best. Natsuki doesn't say a word on her way out of the building. She doesn't even look at me. I'd like to tell her to say something, but I can't even come up with something myself. Why are things so awkward? Natsuki? She turns around. She was thinking about something else. Would you like to take a little detour at the bridge? It won't take too long, I promise. But we said we'd talk for a little bit, right? Well, I look at my feet. I'd understand if you had better things to do, of course. Well, if it doesn't take too long, then sure. I smiled at myself. Sweet, let's go then. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry, I felt a little bit of a blockage in my nose, so I felt like I had to blow it. So, there we go. Now that's all out of the way, we can continue. I lead the way. Natsuki really doesn't look too motivated. I'd love to know what's on her mind. It makes my heart sink to see her like this. It's just horrible to see her friends suffer. The wind makes me Ooh, this is a real bridge! This doesn't look like art. This actually looks like a bridge, like an actual picture. The wind makes me shiver, but it feels so good to get some fresh air. Fresh, clean air. Natsuki's looking at the sea, not saying a word. Hey! Natsu? She chuckles a little. I already told you. Don't call me Natsu. Oh, that's both of us talking. It's funny how Yuri repeats her even though she knows. Don't call me Natsu. I know. So, about today. I wanted to let you know that if I did anything wrong, I should apologize for that. I know I've been really pushy lately. I'll tell you what's wrong. I can see you feel bad because of me, but things are complicated. If there's one thing I love in this world, is being just walked in on. There's been quite a lot on my mind lately. First, she takes a deep breath. Let's say I got yelled at quite a bit yesterday. Yelled at. quote unquote yelled at. So of course it made me feel a little bad. That's why I think we should try to hang out a little less. Ooh, that should make Yuri's heart sink. Oh, not that I want it to happen, of course, but I'd like to avoid hurting my father. You know, it feels like I've been stabbed 1,000 times. You have! By yourself! I look at Natsuki's face. How can she remain so calm after saying such a thing? But Natsuki, let me finish. Also, stop blaming yourself all the time. It hurts me, you know? Seeing how much you blame yourself because of me. Stop doing that. She stares at the sky before continuing. There's also that other problem. Don't make fun of me, alright? No, I would never make fun of you. The truth is, I can't really understand what I'm feeling. Ever since Devin showed up, I've been acting like an idiot. So, I'm sorry, alright? Oh, she's crying. I didn't even realize that. I'm sorry for hurting you, but I don't understand. Why does my heart beat so fast when he's near me? Why does time fly when we're talking? Why do I always see him in my head? It hurts, Yuri. It truly does. Without a word, I hug Natsuki. I don't care how weird it is. I just want to be there for her. I understand, Natsuki. I know how you feel. Don't feel the urge to apologize, please. If you have to stop spending so much time with if I have to stop spending so much time with you for your sake, then I will. Natsuki hugs me back, drying her tears on my shirt. Are you sure? Absolutely. We stay here for a little while before Natsuki finally lets go of me. Natsuki steps back and looks at me. You know, I'm glad you can understand. It's my duty as your role model, you know? Hey, that's my line. Haha, not anymore. By the way, about Sayori. Has Monica told you anything about her? She did tell me to avoid sharing my poems with her. Why? I was thinking it'd be nice to see her out of school. I'm probably going to see her this evening. This ties in with Rain Clouds. I remember this. If you guys haven't played Rain Clouds, basically what happens is Natsuki calls Sayori up for chit-chat. They go to, like, the movies. They go to, like, dinner and stuff to have a drink or something along the lines of those. And that's exactly what they're talking about. That's exactly what Natsuki is talking about right now. I remember this now. It's not that I played Rain Clouds recently, because I haven't in, like, literally months. I haven't played anything really in months Doki Doki related. But the fact that this is all happening and I remember playing Rain Clouds, it all just kind of comes back to me one by one. So I do remember this happening. You should do the same at some point, and that's exactly what Yuri ends up doing. I'm sure she'd enjoy it. Oh, of course. Well then, I'll get going. Yuri, thank you. No, thank you for telling me everything. Before she leaves, she tells me one last thing. I was thinking, since we wrote similar poems today, how about we try to write about a similar subject again? Something easy to read, not particularly deep. Just to see how you can portray it, you know? That could be a good idea indeed. She looked at the sea. How about the beach? Isn't it a little cliché? Well, it's simple and inspiring. Very well. Let's write about the sea then. Natsuki nods and turns around. Before she takes a turn, I see her taking her phone out of her pocket. She's probably going to call Sayori. Why? How come she can't spend time with me, but spending time with Sayori is fine? Did I really do something wrong? No, Natsuki's words sounded genuine. I shake my head and I take one last look at the sea. Time to go home. As I take my time to walk home, I find myself thinking about what Natsuki told me. I should take some time to see Sayori. Maybe it'd make her more at ease to find her friends outside of school. To see her friends outside of school without having any pressure. I don't know why I blanked out for a moment there. I was reading like I wasn't even paying attention. I'm sorry. But what were we supposed to do outside of school? We merely talk about literature when we're in the club room. I have no idea about anything she enjoys. What did Natsuki even plan to do with her? I should have asked her to get a general idea. I sigh. I'll do my best then. I hope she's having an enjoyable evening at least. I put my bag on the couch looking out the window. It's not even that late yet. I sit on the couch, taking my book out of my bag. I usually would have finished it a few days ago, but I couldn't bring myself to, considering the recent activities. I cautiously lift my sleeve. Recent events. I shiver a little. I better not think about it. I've managed to forget about it since this afternoon. I've got to keep going. I said it wasn't necessary to stop, but if I get the occasion to, I'll seize it. I relax on the couch. If I'm only halfway through my book. I guess now's a good moment to progress a little through the story. It isn't long before my mind starts imagining things again. Holy Lord. The more I read, the less I'm focused. My mind keeps going back and forth between Natsuki and Devin. I'm nervously tapping my book with my fingers. The situation is irritating me. I can't tell. Am I feeling jealousy, anger, or sadness? Is it because my best friend wants to leave me? Because she wants to leave me for the one and only boy whose company I enjoy? This isn't right. Before I know it, I close my book and my face is buried in my hands. No, this isn't right. I get up from the couch. I wander around the living room, looking at everything and nothing at the same time. I can't focus. No matter what I do, it always comes back to the same problems. For someone who's used to a calm and serene atmosphere, this is quite the change for me. I stop in my tracks. I guess I could, maybe... I quickly walk to my room. I open my closet. After a few minutes of rummaging through my clothes, I finally found what I'm looking for. I take off my school uniform and I put on a light shirt and track pants I've been keeping in there. Back then, whenever something was wrong, Mom would tell me to go out running. I used to hate it at first, but I realized it's as good as any other way to forget about my problems. As good as... I glance at my arm. Yuri! As that. Of course, I could just go the easy way and do it again. Yuri! But it just doesn't feel right. I can't do it now. At least she's kind of controlling herself right now. I feel much better with the light clothes on. I haven't run in a while, so I'm not too sure about how long it'll last. I guess it'll only do me good. I open my door, ready to go out. I walk a little to warm up. The air feels a little different now. Ooh, I love this music. I love this song. This is good. This is the first time we heard this one. It feels a little more fresh. I don't really know where I could run, but I don't want to be around my house right now. If I end up meeting Sayori and Natsuki, it'd just be awkward. I break into a small run, heading for the nearest open area. By the time I arrive, I feel like I've already warmed up. Is this another? No, it's not a real picture, I don't think. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just kind of like photoshopped a little bit to make it a little more cartoonish. But I swear, this looks like a real place, like a real, actual, like, picture. It's a little odd. I haven't exercised in a good month, but I'm still in pretty good shape. My breathing is regular. I take the time to look around me. I haven't been in this part of town in a while. It's still as enjoyable as I remember it. It smells of flowers. The breeze on my face is such a good feeling. I close my eyes for a few seconds, letting myself get absorbed by the regular rhythm of my breathing. I focus on my steps. I can probably do more than that. I want to be focused on my run. I'm going to turn the monitor just a little bit, so I'm a little more centered. Excuse me. I want to be focused on my run. Only my run. Nothing else. I suddenly speed up to a sprint. I can't describe how good it feels to be going so fast. The landscape is all blurry around me. My heart is beating so fast I can hear it in my ears. This is what I want. I can't breathe. I don't know why. Like, I'm so out of shape that I have to keep breathing in the middle of sentences. This is what I like about it. Adrenaline. That feeling that you're going beyond your own limits. I spread out my arms to feel the wind. How long has it been already? 1 minute? 5 minutes? I can feel my legs getting tired, but my speed remains the same. As long as I can keep running, I will keep running. Focus. Focus. Why did I know that was going to happen? Because she was tiring herself out, and it's like, wow, if you're tired, then why do you keep running? Ow. My legs suddenly give up. I didn't slow down, so I had lost my rhythm. I tried to do too much. I shouldn't have gotten ahead of myself. Thank God I protected myself with my arms as I fell. Ooh, yeah, I thought so. My left arm hurts. It's bleeding. I think it's bleeding again. When she said arms, that's what I got. That's the feeling I got, that she probably opened up the wounds and stuff. But at least my body doesn't hurt. In fact, it feels pretty good. I may have pushed it to an extreme, but maybe it was a necessary evil. At least I feel calmer now. I stumble to get back on my feet. Maybe it's time to go back home now. I feel exhausted. The walk home took considerably more time. I can't bring myself to move my legs fast enough. I really took it too far. I rest my head on my front door for a minute before finally getting back to my house. I feel incredibly dizzy. Part of me wants to write my poem, but I'm pretty sure it'd be better for me to rest. I lazily walk to my room. I let myself fall on my bed. For what feels like an hour, I just lay there looking at the ceiling. My mind feels like one weird combination of emotions. I feel exhausted, but part of the anger I felt before running is still there. I can't get Devin's face out of my head. Is it wrong? Is it the same for Natsuki? She said she doesn't understand what she's feeling, right? So we're not too sure it's love. No, we're not sure. One thing's for sure. This run really helped me. I haven't felt this good for a long while, except for maybe for that. At least she's not saying it anymore. She's working on it. Without even noticing it, my eyes slowly close, and I fall asleep with a smile on my face. Do you hate me, Yuri? You're looking at your feet. Do you want to see me? Why are you going to leave us? Sadly, I don't have the right to decide about these things. But why? Why can't anyone do anything for you? Is this her father? This is how life goes. There isn't always a happy end. You'll understand it later in your life, sweetheart. Is this her father? Don't cry, Yuri. Please don't cry. Ooh. I see a bit of light through my eyelids. Huh? I touch my cheeks. It looks like my skin is wet. Oh, she was crying. Did I cry during my sleep? I must have had a bad dream. I can't remember much of it though. Oh, it sucks. It sucks when you have a really, really good dream, and then you just can't remember it as soon as you wake up. It's like you never had the dream in the first place, because as soon as you wake up, you lost all memory of it. I hate when that happens, because like I could totally have an amazing freaking dream like that the night before, and like if I can't remember it, I feel so annoyed. I can't remember much of it though. I wipe my face with my sleeves. I'm still wearing the same shirt as yesterday. I guess I fell asleep immediately after coming back home. I managed to sit on the side of my bed. I feel a little dizzy, but a good night's sleep helped me to clear my mind a little. I take some time to breathe in a little before finally getting up out of my bed. My muscles ache. Maybe I should have stretched a little before going to sleep. Better late than never, I guess. I stretch, relaxing my muscles a little. My stomach suddenly growls. I didn't actually eat anything yesterday, did I? I chuckle a little. Better late than never. That's funny. Do it twice. And also, I'll have to take a shower. And write a poem. And read a bit. I sigh. I need to manage my time a little bit better. This is me. I'll start off with breakfast. I'm starving. This is literally me trying to manage time. It's like you list all the things you have to do, and then you never do them. I open the fridge. There they are, waiting for me. The infamous eggs. I could try cooking them again. I'll have to make sure I don't burn the house down. After a few seconds of the serious debate, I grab 2 eggs from the fridge and a frying pan. Eggs. Here I come. Soon enough, my meal looks ready. So far, so good. I'm not moving from here. Not until I get to eat properly. Don't leave the eggs. I take a plate out and put my eggs on it. Time to taste my... It tastes good? I made something edible? First time cook. Good job, Yuri. I'm proud of you. I did it. It's such a small accomplishment, but I'm proud of it. It'd probably be pointless to tell everyone else, but I'll remember it. I quickly finish my eggs. After a quick glance at my phone, it's clear that I don't have much time until school starts. I don't know what I should do first. Should I write a poem or just take a shower? It would most likely be wiser to take a shower. I smell like sweat, make it harder to concentrate while writing a poem. I enter the bathroom. I have to make it quick. Okay. I'll never get tired of taking a nice hot shower. My muscles feel slightly better. I glance at my phone once again. Did I stay under the water that long? School starts in 10 minutes. There's no way I'll ever find time to write a poem. My last option would be the lunch break, but there's nothing wrong with it, actually. I quickly reach for my bag. It's still on the couch. I look through it to see if I haven't forgotten anything. At the bottom of it, I spot my blade, still bloody from yesterday. I examine it a little. No, I won't need it today. I put it on my coffee table. I'll put it away tonight. My run was more than enough to calm me down. Today will go fine, and just know it. Yay! Yuri's doing well. She's doing better. She can control herself. I quickly exit my house, locking the door behind me. I'd like to run to school, but people would probably stare at me. And honestly, my legs hurt way too much. I'll just have to pray to arrive on time. At least. Natsuki didn't have to hang out with me this morning. It still hurts to know that she wants to spend less time with me, but it's for her sake, right? I can accept it. I have to accept it. I speed up. As unbelievable as it sounds, I'm on time. And I'm not even out of breath. Impressive. Without waiting, I immediately headed for my building. After all the looks I got for being just a little bit late, I don't want to ever be tardy again. Everyone's already hurrying in class, thank God. 1 minute late and I would have had to go through it all again. I sit down at my desk. Usual routine. Everyone's chatting and having fun. I get my notebook out of my bag. I'd love to start working on my poem, but I just can't feel any kind of inspiration. I rest my head on my palms, looking outside. I wonder what Natsuki's doing right now. Or Devin. I sigh and I look at the board. I guess there's no way for me to know. The school bell startles me. I had almost lost hope. I thought I'd never hear it ring the end of the... What? I thought I'd never hear it ring the end of the session. I think it's supposed to be ring at the end of the I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know English anymore. I clumsily get up because of my aching muscles. I grab my purse, my notebook, and a pencil from my bag. I'll first get some food. I need it if I want to write properly. Luckily, all the other students are in the yard, eating their own lunches. I walk to the vending machine. There isn't a wide variety of goods to choose from, but it'll do. I'm not feeling really hungry after this morning's eggs. Now, I need to find some place to write. I could either go on the roof or in the yard. There are way too many students in the yard, and it could be too cold on the roof. Let's go to the roof again. It'd probably be better for me to go to the roof. It may be a little unsafe for me to stay out in the open for an hour or so, but I'd rather not be around everyone. What if they see me writing a poem? I take a sip of my drink and I head to the staircase, my notebook under my arm. As I walk up the stairs, I stop at the 3rd floor. I could swear I just heard say, Ooh, this is another rain clouds incident. Basically, Sayori goes to grab some supplies and stuff from like a really dark room. I'm sorry I'm spoiling all this, but I'm never gonna play this on the channel, so it's like, whatever. um, basically, uh, basically, this is Sayori's voice. Basically, Sayori was in that room, and Yuri walks by it. Is what it looks like anyway. I think she's walking by it. This is the dark room that Sayori was in to get supplies, and aka also the noose. Or the rope to make the noose. But I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Yuri was talking about. I swear I could have just heard Sayori's voice. It must be my imagination. Sayori can't be in there, right? The third floor is abandoned, and there's nothing to do there. Ooh, it is definitely the dark room then. I shake my head and I keep walking up the stairs to the roof. The wind is blowing pretty hard, but thankfully I'm the only one here. I put my notebook and my pencil on the floor and I look at the ground. So many students everywhere. What an inspiring view. It feels too good to be a bit of height sometimes. I inhale the fresh air and I sit down, ready to write my poem. So, the beach, right? I scratch my head looking for a possible idea. The beach. It's a bit of a vague subject. There are lots of different elements that can be portrayed. Ah, this is a bit more frustrating than I expected it to be. And posing themes shouldn't be allowed. I spend a good minute looking at my blank sheet of paper, trying to think of anything that would fit. I suddenly snap my fingers. Of course! I know what I'm going to write. I quickly start jotting down a few lines. I erase a lot of them, but as always, I end up writing a poem I'm satisfied with. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky and expensive bliss. But beneath gray rolling clouds, I can't, this is so tiny. An endless enigma. Oh my god, this is so tiny, I can't read it. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet. But where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the filmy tendrils. Turn back and I abandon my piece to a road at the shore. Drift forward and I return to the earth forevermore. It looks good. I managed to use every element I could think about on the beach. I sigh. I can't wait to see what Natsuki's prepared. I actually don't recognize that one. I actually don't recognize that poem that she just read, that we just read. Because, I don't know, I really don't remember the poem at all. I glance at my phone. Is it already this late? I'm having trouble with my perception of time, lately. I quickly get on my feet, making sure my poem doesn't fly away in the wind. It's the second time today I'm almost late. I need to focus more. Just like this morning, the students are all getting in their classroom. I finish my drink and I throw the bottle in the bin. Just a little more time and we'll be able to share poems. I could get used to it, actually. I sit down waiting for... Okay. I hate when that does that. Hold on, I gotta turn down and read that. I sit down waiting for the lesson to start. I read my poem about 2 or 3 times, checking for any syntax errors. It's good. I hope Devin will enjoy it. Without even noticing, I find myself smiling as I think about him. Ah, I need to stop. This is just weird. Ding dong! I suddenly opened my eyes. The school bell woke me up. I quizzically look around me. Ah, so class is over again. I shake my arms. I can't feel my hands. I must have fallen asleep on them. After a quick yawn, I exit the room and I directly head for the staircase. Maybe your arms are numb because I have no blood left in them, Yuri! I climb the stairs. I can't wait to get to the club room. I want to see what everyone else came up with. And I'd love to see what Devin has written today. As I approach the room, I start humming. Today feels like a really good day. I peek through the door's windows. Natsuki's sitting at a table reading a manga. Will it bother her if I enter? She said she wanted to spend less time with me. But this is our club. No, there's no need to be afraid. I open the door and enter the room. Hey, Natsuki. She looks up from her manga and smiles at me. Hey, Yuri. How are you? I'm fine. And yourself? All good. She looks like she's in a good mood today. That's unusual, considering her behavior yesterday. I suddenly remember our talk about the bridge. Oh, so did you end up seeing Sayori last night? How was she? Oh, yeah, we got to spend some time together. We went to the cinema and saw a pretty good movie. Is that so? How is she feeling? I was right, the movie! I was totally right. I knew that was a thing. I knew that's what they were talking about. See, that's proof. The movies. I remember her seeing the movies. Is that so? How was she feeling? She was fine. We had some great discussions. And I learned quite a few things about myself. Did you? What kind of things? Well, just some things, you know? It doesn't matter. Just remember you try spending more time with her too. I'm sure she'd like it. I nodded at Natsuki. She's being unnecessarily evasive. I guess I can't really ask her to tell me about these things anyway. I promised I'd stop. Alright then. Natsuki goes back to her manga. I sit down at the table and I get out a book too. I guess I have to kill some time before the others arrive. Maybe I can finally finish my book. I'd like to discuss a little bit more, but it'll have to wait. The club door opens. I raise my head as I notice Sayori enter the club room. I wave at Sayori. She looks incredibly tired. This is unusual. She's still smiling, though. Hello. Hey, Sayori, you look a bit tired. Is that everything alright? So it's not just me. Natsuki noticed it, too. Yeah, don't worry. I just have a headache. It'll be better soon. Make sure you're healthy for the festival, okay? Don't worry about that. I'll rest for a bit when the others arrive if you don't mind. Natsuki goes back to her manga, and Sayori goes to the back of the room. Surprisingly, she doesn't sit with us at the table. She's silent. She isn't doing anything except staring at her desk. Ooh, is this the last day before the actual... Is today Friday? Ooh. Is this like when she leaves early? She isn't doing anything except staring at her desk. I'm concerned. It's not long before the club door opens again. Devin enters, followed by Monica. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I smile at Monica. It's obvious that she's grateful for our help. None of this would exist without her. We should be thanking her. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. I glance at Sayori. She doesn't move. I'm not sure if she's even listening to us. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I didn't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. She's in an extremely good mood today, especially compared to yesterday. Is it thanks to her outing with Sayori, maybe? Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Natsuki and I both look at Monica with quizzical looks. Translation? What is she talking about? Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fourth wall! Oh, God. Whoa! Whoa, that was freaking awesome. My voice just completely threw up for a second. Oh, wow. That is so awesome. That's beautiful. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Natsuki's statement startles me. It surprised me more than it should have. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? He looks around the room before finally seeing her. She's so quiet, it's easy to forget that she's even there. Hopefully Devin will find out what's wrong with her today. It's heart-wrenching to see her like that. Oh, there you are. Devin walks over to Sayori with a gentle smile. I stare at him for a few seconds before Monica leans closer to me. Yuri? I wasn't staring, don't worry. No, I really didn't mind that. I just that since you were here before me, have you noticed anything strange with Sayori lately? She's even quieter than usual, and she doesn't look fine to me. Oh, well, she greeted us with a smile on her face as usual, but something was different today. She didn't even sit with us at the table. I've noticed that. Has she said anything in particular? Did something happen today? Monica's questions seem a little too personal. Maybe she should be asking Sayori directly, but I can understand her concern. I don't know at all. I haven't seen her before she came in the club room. I'm sorry, I'm not real useful. No, don't worry. You tried your best. Monica turns around and walks to her desk. A few seconds later, she's joined by Devin, who seemingly looks concerned. What did Sayori tell him? I take a step forward to approach her. I want to help her. Before I even take another step, Natsuki stops me. Don't. I think it'd be better for Devin and Monica to take care of her. Why don't we go outside for a little bit? I nod, not fully understanding the situation I'm in. I don't remember this whole part. I really don't. Natsuki would be the first one to help someone like Sayori, so why doesn't she want to try? We both exit the room. So, you know how I went to the cinema with Sayori yesterday? Before you ask, no, I won't tell you what I've learned. But at some point, we happened to talk about Devin. And Sayori, well, she was all happy and cheerful as usual, but I could sense something was wrong. Don't you think she's been acting weirder and weirder these last few days? Indeed. I was just talking about it with Monica. I don't want to make it sound like I'm minding other people's businesses, but I'm concerned, and there's nothing I can do about it. A thought flashes across my mind. Back when I saw Sayori's cut, why didn't I do anything? Even though cutting makes people feel good, it made me realize that it's not healthy. I've been stupid. Yes, there's something you can do about it, Yuri, and we've talked about it already. I try to remember the latest talks we've had. Hang out with her. What can I do about it? I'm powerless in the situation. Can't remember? I'm sorry, I really can't. God, what did I tell you yesterday? We have to try seeing her outside of school. She's our friend, right? So why don't we do what real friends do? Our outing at the cinema was really entertaining, and now I believe Sayori enjoyed her time, and I believe Sayori enjoyed her time out. Well, despite her behavior when we mentioned Devon. Natsuki sighs. Don't you think that it's the least we can do for her? That makes sense. You know, I'd love to be closer to Sayori sometimes, and even closer to Devon. Natsuki's expression suddenly changes. Let's just keep it at Sayori, alright? So I'm not even allowed to talk to him? I'm happy for Natsuki and her newly found friendship, but this is a little too much. Alright, yes, Sayori. Do you think she'd actually like spending time with me? Why do you think I asked you to spend some time with her? We're all in the same club, aren't we? This isn't a pure coincidence here, this is fate. So have a little bit of confidence and go show Sayori how much you enjoy your friendship. Natsuki's unexpectedly poetic today. This is deep, Natsuki. I know. I should teach you my ways one day. I sarcastically chuckle. Of course. Natsuki goes back into the classroom. I stay behind for a few seconds. Natsuki was right. I should show Sayori that our friendship counts. I've never been good at showing my emotions, but Sayori needs it. However, something in this conversation left me feeling something bitter. Why can't I talk about Devon? He's merely a member of our club. I'm allowed to appreciate him, right? I shake my head, trying to forget Natsuki's sudden reaction. I'm free to talk about whoever I want. As I enter, I see Monica talking to Sayori at the back of the room. Devon's sitting at a table looking at nothing in particular. He looks lost. Is he really that worried about Sayori? I stand there for a few seconds staring at him. I'd like to tell him everything's fine, but I'll take care of Sayori, but really, who better than him to do that? He's known her for so many years. Before I can end the ongoing debate in my head, Natsuki shyly approaches Devon. I move away. I don't want to hear what they're talking about. I may end up getting curious, and I'll probably ask Natsuki about it. It's not worth the risk. I look around the room. Natsuki and Devon are talking. Monika's still whispering something to Sayori. And I'm just standing here, looking at everyone. This is awkward. I sit down looking at the floor. I want to grab my book and read it, but just like every single time, the closer I'm getting to the end, the more I don't want it to end. A paradoxical feeling. Monika finally stands up, glancing one last time at Sayori, before finally walking towards me. I inquisitively look at her. It looks like she understands my concern. She sits down next to me and smiles. I just had a talk with Sayori. I saw that, yes. How is she? From what I've seen, she's fine. Maybe just feeling a little tired or low, but who doesn't every now and then? I see what you mean, yes. But doesn't she want to join us now? Because it still doesn't explain why she's away from us. Oh, yeah, that. Well, I think I can guess why she's a little distant. Is that so? How come then? My tone probably sounds awfully curious, but I don't mind. I'm concerned nobody can say the contrary. I'm sorry, I don't think I can tell you anything about it. Not now, at least. Maybe you should ask her about it tomorrow. Tomorrow? Natsuki thinks I should show my friendship to Sayori. Do you think I should do it? Definitely. Monika's instant reaction startles me. Really? But I don't know much about her. Won't it be a little awkward? Yuri, you're supposed to be the most poetic one here. Friendship defies both words and logic. It doesn't matter if you don't know know much about her, or if you feel like it'll be awkward. As long as you show her your true feelings, and as long as you show who you are and what you can do for her, then you're her friend, and a good friend on top of that. I'm at a loss for words. What Monika just said has genuinely made me smile. Friendship defies both words and logic. It makes sense. Maybe I should just trust myself. I nod at Monika, smiling at her. Monika, thank you. Don't thank me. I'm just being logical. She glances behind me. It's time to get started with our poems. Monika walks away and gets ready to call everyone. I slowly walk to the main table, glancing at Sayori as to do so. It'll be fine. She'll be fine today after what Monika told her. I turn my head back to Monika. Okay, everyone, why don't we share our poems now? I open my bag to grab the poem I wrote during the lunch break. I'm proud of it, and I'll soon get to know what Devon's done. Has he improved over time? I'm pretty sure he did. Even if he's getting inspired by Natsuki style, he's still improving. I glance at him. He immediately walks towards Natsuki, ready to share his poem. I was expecting that. I'll just wait for him to choose me after her, then. As usual, Monika approaches me, obviously wanting to share her poem. This is becoming a habit. I wait for her to hand it to me. I can't wait to hear what you think about it. As usual, I guess. So do you have any particular idea for your poem? Well, just read it. You'll tell me if you understand. Sure. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. Oh, is this the lady who knows everything? Yeah. I just look at the next line. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift of the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Oh my god, this is so tiny. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight, I don't know, sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall. I'm too dumb for this game! And I fall, and I fall, and I fall even more. Gentle as a feather. A dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose. We seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Her poem sure was lengthy today. It felt different. Something about it is unsettling. I have to admit I like it less than the one from yesterday. I couldn't really understand the subject, nor could I feel anything in particular in it. This is bothering me. What am I supposed to tell Monica? I worriedly glance at her. She's always so happy and proud of her poems. Wouldn't it be awfully mean for me to tell her that I didn't like it? But I have to be honest. If I'm not honest, then the club has no point. What am I supposed to do? Yuri, is everything alright? Huh? I jerk my head up. I have no choice then. Yes, everything's fine. I was just thinking... Monica, are you sure it's fine if I give you my honest opinion? Will you hate me because of it? My, Yuri. I've already told you, if I didn't want an honest opinion, I'd ask someone else. Judging from the face you're making right now, I'm guessing my poem isn't really good, is it? No. I look down, trying to keep a neutral expression. I haven't said it's bad. Alright, I'll try to give you as much constructive criticism as possible. Okay, I'm listening. The first thing that struck me when I read your poem was the rhythm. Comparatively to the ones you wrote before, I think this one was different. It's not bad, it's just not precise. And it bothered me while voicing it in my head. Next, the length. I had to turn it over to keep reading it. I know some poets like to read long poems, and I totally respect it. However, when you want to convey emotions and ideas, it's better to keep it short and powerful. You tend to easily forget the details you wrote at the beginning, and it ends up being hard to follow for the reader. As I was getting to the end, I had already forgotten about the start. So true. I've been in those situations where I completely forget what I've read, and it's like, you go back to it, it's like, wow, what just happened? And finally, the subject itself. I understand that you wanted to make it abstract, maybe to hide its real meaning or give it some more charm. However, I feel like you've mixed too many abstract and concrete elements here. It made me unable to understand whether you're talking about something symbolic or possibly contemplable. I don't know anymore! Well, to conclude, I'd say that your poem definitely isn't bad. It's merely less consistent than the ones you've written before. I enjoyed it, though. But something tells me you weren't really into it when you wrote it, am I right? I stop staring at the poem and I look up at Monica. She's attentively listening to me, smiling. I take a few seconds to realize how big of a monologue I just recited. Oh my, did I? Did I just monologue again? I'm sorry. I had so many things to say. It's fine. I really liked hearing your thoughts. Everything you said made perfect sense. I tried something a little different, but I guess I have my own style after all. I'll try rewriting this one sometime. And about that last inquiry, yeah, I wasn't too focused when I wrote it. I had some things on my mind. I'll do my best to bring an interesting poem for the festival. I'm sure you'll write something great, Monica. I'll be cheering you on. Haha, thank you, Yuri. Your turn now. I'm really curious. What have you written for today? Oh, it's... I hesitate for a few seconds. Natsuki and I have decided to write about the same subject. Oh, come on, game! I'm sorry, it may sound stereotypical and cliche. Oh, that's why I did it, because the box. And now, Yuri. But they do it so fast that it's like, you can't read it at all. That'll be up to me. I'll give you an honest opinion, too. I finally hand her my poem. She puts hers away and starts reading mine. She looks incredibly focused, as if she were trying to understand every single word I wrote. Monica's face is so funny when she's focused. It's almost cute. She suddenly perks her head up and stares at me intently. My throat. I don't want to make it sound like I'm begging, but do you think you could teach me some of your techniques someday? Huh? I don't know how I should answer. Is Monica merely teasing me, or does she really want me to do it? I'm yearning to do it. I'd love to share my passion with someone. I try to conceal my smile, but I don't last 5 seconds. Sure, I mean, it'll be a good idea. But your style is great, but I'm sure we could do some amazing things together. If you want. For real? Thank you. I'd love learning a thing or two from your writing. I know it's not really your writing in a way, but she practically mumbles that last part, making me unable to understand the rest of her sentence. Pardon? Oh, no, nothing. I was just saying nonsense. She hands me my poem, looking a little embarrassed. Truth is, I was trying to imitate your style with my poem. I didn't really succeed. That's why I hope you'll teach me some interesting things. I'm flattered by Monica's revelation. I shyly smile at her once again. I look forward to working with you. She turns around gently humming. I should be grateful for having such wonderful friends. No matter how bad things get, they're always there for me. If they weren't there, I'd be all alone. I smile to myself. I'm a lucky person. I grab my book. I don't know how long it'll be before take for Devin to talk to Natsuki. As soon as I can think about him, my hand freezes. I had managed to forget about him, but now it's just calm down. Oh my god, stop freaking doing the skippy thingy. I'll just read for a bit, and that's what I don't like. Every time there's like a box at the end, like the ones that are supposed to go by fast, and like the problem I have with that is that it goes by way too fast. From the corner of my eye, I spot him walking towards me, waving. I close the book and I try to smile. I'm conflicted. After what he said yesterday and how he didn't agree with my arguments, how can I say no to a smile? Even his writing is becoming more and more interesting. This is unfair. Here's Devin. He hands me his poem, looking away. Without another word, I start reading it. Kawaii! Kiss, marshmallow, melody, milk, mouse, nibble, nightgown, papa, parfait, playground, poof, pout, puppy, swimsuit, shopping, skipping, socks, spinning, sticky. It's definitely Natsuki's poem. Once again, I'm feeling conflicted. I can't help but let my personal feelings get in my way. His style is clearly starting to look like something. However, this something looks awfully close to Natsuki's. It shouldn't bother me, really, but I don't know. I don't think it's fitting for his personality. I silently apologize to Natsuki in the back of my head. I'm sorry. I decided to try something different today. I guess so. Is it good or bad? Well, neither. I have my preferences. But it would be unfair for me to call something good or bad based on that. All good until now. I'm not letting my personal interests get in the way here. It's making me sound awfully cold. I hope I'm doing the right thing. I understand why he's trying to imitate her style, but the goal here is to find his own style. Getting inspiration is good, however, imitating isn't. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Huh? Why me? I look at the ground. Why? Why is he scared of disappointing me? It can't be because he's afraid of my opinion, right? Or is it because he actually wants to impress me? No, that's just stupid. He tried to impress Natsuki, right? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? I nervously play with my hair. Of course. This is how he sees me. I'm not a know-it-all or someone who is purposely be mean to someone else. This is nothing but pure speculation. We've barely spoken after all. That must be terrible. For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. My eyes suddenly widen. This isn't what we're supposed to be talking about. I don't dare look at Devin's face. I probably just sound miserable. I have friends here. I don't need more, right? What I said wasn't true. No, it wasn't. Come on, Yuri! Or game. Not even Yuri. I'm not used to being disliked Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Luckily, Devin doesn't look too bothered. He quickly changes the subject. I'm relieved. I don't know if he's doing this for me, but I'm grateful. All right. Do you want me to share your poem now? Okay. Here. I hand him my poem, crossing my fingers with my free hand. Natsuki's poem dealt with the same subject, so he'll probably prefer it. I'm sorry. I've been reading for literally 50 minutes now, and I'm like wicked dead. I'm sorry. Natsuki's poem dealt with... Okay, I already read that. But I know he's going to have an objective look at it. At least I hope so. A few minutes pass before he finally stops reading. He's just standing there looking at me. Won't he say something? Am I supposed to talk first here? I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say that like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, so Natsuki hasn't told him about our little literary agreement then. Oh, so you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in such different ways. So Natsuki wanted to write about the same topic as each other again. I see. His reaction was awfully mundane. It's like he doesn't even really care in the end. He hasn't really said anything about the poem itself. I suppose it's better to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she want to do something like that. She probably just wants to throw off. It's not like I have a particular interest in writing her writing style. I just went with a request. I'm sounding like an idiot, aren't I? I can't just talk about Natsuki like that. But something just compels me to try and justify myself. I don't want Devin to hate me, but I don't want Natsuki to hate me either. It's hard to please everyone. It's too hard. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. I sigh as Devin turns around. We haven't really talked about my poem in the end. I guess I'm not really the most desirable person. I should have acted more outgoing, maybe. Like Natsuki. But I'm not like her. I can't change myself just for his sake. Or can I? I shake my head. This is wrong. I want to be the best for Natsuki. I want the best for Natsuki, period. I see her sitting at the table, waiting for the poem sharing session to finish. For the first time this week, I'm the one who approaches her to share my poem. Natsuki? We're supposed to share poems, you know. Oh, yes, of course, that's right. I'll be right back. I gotta clear my throat, because for some reason, there's so much lodged in the back of there, and it's so hard to speak. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. It's probably not gonna be the last time, because for some reason, I don't know why, my throat decides, hey, let's make you not be able to read. It looks like she doesn't really want to share her poem. Did something happen between her and Devin? This is none of my business after all. I brightly smile at Natsuki. I'm sure you've written something impressive. Oh, you know what happened? I think I remember. Devin kept Natsuki's poem because Natsuki didn't want it. Can I read it? Of course. Oh, never mind. What? Hold on. I can't read this! Your mind is so full. I'm sorry. I really can't. If you guys can read that, that's fine, but I legitimately cannot read this. And what's weird about it is that this is not Natsuki's writing. This literally isn't... No, this isn't Natsuki's writing at all, I just realized. It's I'll Be the Beach. I know this, but I can't read it. It's because it's way too tiny. I wish they would have did the whole scrolly thing like the actual game did. Because then I can just scroll it on bigger text. I don't know. I wish that would be the case, but I actually can't read it, so I apologize. But I'll Be Your Beach. That's the title of the poem. If you want to go check it out, if you haven't already, that's what it's called. Just search it on Google or something. Just search it on Google or something. Wow. I'm sorry. For some reason, my throat is really. It hasn't been like this all day. I don't know why it starts now. I have to admit, I'm impressed. Her poem was considerably longer than usual, and something about it feels different. Like she wrote it with some real feelings behind it. I'd say her take at such a cliché subject is really great. This was good, Natsuki. I really liked it. Is that so? I'm glad you did. She doesn't say much more. After a few seconds of silence, she holds her hand out for me to give her the poem back. I hand her my poem. She reads it 1 or 2 times, occasionally squinting her eyes. After a minute of reading, she finally puts it on the desk. Yeah, that's good. I think you did well. It's impressive. She hesitates a little. Tell me, what did Devin think about it? Why does that matter? Did he say anything about it? I slowly sigh. No, he didn't. Our interactions have been a little awkward, to say the least. For a second, I swear I saw Natsuki sighing in relief. I grab my poem on my desk and I stand up. Well, thank you for sharing. She nods at me and I silently walk back to my chair. Just why does she have to talk about him at this instant? We're supposed to be sharing our work. We wrote about this subject because we wanted to see how each of us would interpret it, right? And we barely exchanged our opinions. This is frustrating. Maybe she's just in a bad mood today. Yeah, that must be it. I look around the room. It looks like Monica's done with Devin. The latter subject... What? The latter subject? I don't know what that means, honestly. Is walking towards Sayori, poem in hand. Just like he did with me. He hands her the poem without a word. As I look at the other side of the room, I see Monica and Natsuki chatting. I decide to approach them. Hopefully I'll be able to join the conversation. And I'm not too sure about how to feel. I don't want to talk about it with Yuri either. How come? I'm sure she'll be glad to help you. No, she wouldn't. I've seen the way she looks at him, you know? She's often staring. Just what are they talking about? Don't tell me. You should be more considerate, Natsuki. I understand that you'd like to get closer to Devin, but keep in mind Yuri's been there for you. I've got circumstances. I really can't explain what it's about, but I promise you Yuri's very important to me. However, Listen, I just can't tell you. Monica shakes her head. I slowly turn around to quietly get back to my chair. However, as I do so, my hip hits one of the tables. The two of them instantly notice me. Yuri, have you happened to hear what we said? Oh, just a little bit of it, I guess. Then do you know about the circumstances Natsuki was talking about? Hey, don't talk about it so nonchalantly. Circumstances? I haven't really heard anything about this. What's wrong, Natsuki? Listen, this has nothing to do with you two, alright? Let's get this poem session done for today. She signs us to go away. How mean. I can't put my finger on what Natsuki's problem is, and it seems like Monika's having trouble with it too. She has a complex expression on her face. I'm going to end this as soon as Yuri leaves the room. I think that's when I'm going to actually end off the video. She has a complex expression on her face. I just want to make you guys aware of that because I know it's coming close to an hour. And I'll just make you guys aware that if it does go over an hour, it's going to end as soon as Yuri leaves the door. Aren't you a little worried about her? Oh, not really. I think I already know what's going to happen, so I'm not too worried. You know what's going to happen? Oh, you know what's going to happen? I think I do, but let's let things happen naturally, alright? She glances at Devin, walking back to us with a confused expression. It takes a few seconds for me to notice that Sayori isn't in the room anymore. Just where did she go? Without skipping a beat, Monica immediately gets ready for our next club activities. Seems like our conversation is over then. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Natsuki points her finger at me. It's true that despite the good mood that it's settled in my head this morning, everything is quite unsettling now. Stagnating air has come and foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Happen? I feel chilled down my spine. Suddenly I hear Devin sarcastically chuckle. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah, it seems you're right. Indeed, not having Sayori with us feels drastically different. It's like her presence soothes us all a little bit. I don't know if she's aware of her influence here. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to, anyway? I thought you just wanted to pee. I signed Natsuki to lower her voice a little. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. For some reason, I'm feeling extremely irritated by Natsuki's nonchalant behavior. Instead of using such vocabulary, maybe she should be a little more concerned about her friends. Actually, she wasn't really feeling too well, and she went home early. Oh, is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times not to go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. As embarrassing as the situation is, I'd love to hear how Devin will respond to this. Natsuki clearly had put some thought into her words. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Who? I wasn't planning on interrupting, but I'm intrigued. From my point of view, it looked like Devin was the one avoiding people today. What? What does that even say? Is that even English? That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What does she say? Monica doesn't answer. Either she ignored his request or simply didn't hear it. There must be no reason to ignore Devin, so I believe she must be under some stress. Aren't we all? So, yeah, this was the part that in the original series where I was like, why? Answer my question! So Yuri definitely noticed that Devin got ignored. And, I noticed that as well. Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparation, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right, Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Natsuki does her iconic to show her determination. Challenge accepted. As for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will help me design them. As for Yuri, she suddenly stops talking. Seems like she doesn't really know what I can be useful for. Yuri, you can, Monika's voice is suddenly much softer. Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. I look down at my feet. This is awkwardly depressing. I'd love to help, but in the end, I'm as lost as Monica. I don't even know what I could help with the club with. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now, Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayuri enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. If she were around, this matter would have already been settled. But she isn't here, and I can't help but be concerned about her too. Too many things to focus on. That may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. I slowly raised my hand to stare, raised my head to stare at Monica. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. I can already see in my mind what I'd like to do. How haven't I thought of this earlier? Wow, I just spoke like a robot. I'd love working on this aspect of the festival. Creating something both powerful and beautiful that catch the eye. Something colorful maybe? Something that show people what kind of group we are. Yes, that could work. Your mind is already racing, I see. Devin's comments kept me out of my thought. Right, this isn't over yet. One more member needs an assigned role. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Devin. Ah, the one who's truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would really be appreciative of that. That's... Without even thinking, I imagine what a weekend with Devin could be like. Spending a day with him, working on our festival preparations. Can I really refuse? No, I can't. I'm sorry, Natsuki. I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Without letting me finish my sentence, Natsuki starts talking. So she wants to be with him too. Not that I'm surprised, though. Well, even if if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give to you. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. She keeps talking, always finding more excuses. However, one thing's come to my attention. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you like to handle the baking on your own. Devin may not like to be around you if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Devin to... What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? My nose is so itchy, and I can't speak for the life of me. What do you think? This girl. She's not the person I know. Always trying to fight. Can't she understand I want someone to help me? Doesn't she get enough time by his side already? It's not too much to ask, right? Once again, I feel anger boiling inside me. Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Devin to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Monica, of all people, in a way, it's true she's been working hard for all of us lately. She hasn't even gotten some time to get to know Devin. Sorry, I was just saying, though. Jeez, can we just settle this already? Yeah, Devin, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, the three of us are intently staring at Devin. I think the outcome of his choice is predictable, but there's still little hope that he'll choose me, right? Please. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. Yep, he chose the baking. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Just a minute ago you were saying that's because... Never mind, okay? Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? My mind has been processing what just happened for the last few minutes. I was expecting this reaction. I'll let him do it alone, huh? Of course. I'm used to it, after all. Everybody just goes quiet. That's good. Judging by Devin and Monica's reactions, I may have said it too dramatically. But I am a bit saddened. However, maybe it's for the best. I still don't know if Mom will be back this weekend. Natsuki doesn't seem to care about the current situation and keeps going. So, that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes. Everything except for the performance is going to be awesome. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Devin? Me? I guess we could say I'm interested to see how it turns out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Everybody just goes quiet. I know they're talking about me, but I can't bring myself to talk. I don't want to. My thoughts are conflicting with one another. I'm here to support Natsuki, but the lack of compassion she's shown, thank God it didn't end up being another argument. I don't think she'd have forgiven me this time. I even wonder if she fully forgave me about last time. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not just be that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help. I want to smile at Devin's statement. It's not particularly wrong. I know that my friends value me, of course, but this may be putting a little too much pressure on me in the end. That doesn't mean... She glances at everyone alternatively. Look, I'm startled as Natsuki suddenly puts her hand on my shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here, and you're going to help the event be a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. I'm at a loss for words. This is Natsuki. This is my friend. She was obviously trying to lighten the mood, but this is the exact kind of behavior she'd displayed before. I feel a little relieved. This weekend will go well, after all. Natsuki turns around, trying to hide her face. She's most likely blushing. Her last sentence, though, Natsuki wouldn't call me dumb. Dummy is the worst thing she'd call me if she were being sincere. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but... I stopped looking at Natsuki to concentrate on everyone else. Monica looks a bit surprised. Even she wasn't ready to hear Natsuki speak to me this way. Who would expect it anyway? Natsuki isn't the type of person that would say this out in the open. Maybe I made her a little uneasy in the end. If I hadn't been so dramatic. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm gonna do my best. And if all of us are gonna make it a really great event. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Indeed, after a quick glance outside, the sun is pretty low in the sky. Just how long did we stay in here? And where is Sayori? I had totally forgotten about her. Oh my god, you just said twice now that she's gone, and now you're already asking where she is again? Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so... Fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone except Natsuki grabs their bags, ready to exit the clubroom. Monica and I exit the clubroom first, exchanging meaningless words. Before we exit the room, I hear Natsuki calling Devin. He waves at us before walking back into the room. Of course, he isn't going to walk home with us. Now it's just me and Monica. Okay, so, I'm going to leave it here, because we've gone on for long enough. So this is becoming very close to the end of Act 1, and I'm curious as to see if it's going to go into Act 2, where Sayori isn't a thing anymore. Because in Rain Clouds, it only played it through Act 1, and it never played through Act 2 because Sayori wasn't existent. But it never also played through Act 3, which was like the end of the game. So I wonder if it's going to play through at least Act 2 for Yuri. Because that would be pretty cool to see what it would look like when the game gets restarted and Yuri doesn't know what's happening. That would be cool to see. It'd be scary as all shit, but it'd be cool to see. But without further ado, I think I am going to leave it here. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. I'd love it to the channel. Guys, I've got a Discord. Come check me out outside of YouTube. It's going to be a fun time for all. Hope you guys enjoy this video as much as I did making it. Hope to see you guys in my next one. Goodbye!